Welcome back to Rule Studies and Information. I did this and then I kind of copped out, but I'm going to read everything that I wrote and you can judge on your own on whether or not I'm right, wrong, or if you would like to do something a little bit differently. Here we go. Okay, so we're talking about the dexterity attribute. Dexterity is hand-eye coordination, agility, reflexes, precision, balance, and speed of movement. An important note is that we use the first edition rules regarding missile attacking adjustment. In other words, anything that is thrown or bows and arrows. Dexterity, you get 16, you get +1. Dexterity 17 +2, and dexterity 18 +3. Note that the second edition Player's Handbook states that a dexterity of 18 is only +2, and we do not use that. We say it's +3 like the original edition. The proof is here in the original first edition Player's Handbook, and then approximately 10 years later in Oriental Adventures, we've got this table here, and they continue the same line, the same judgment. There is no mistake. So the second edition, for some reason, they changed that. Reactions. Okay, hold on here. Reactions. This is the part that I didn't really want to read, that I'm doing this over now. And again, if you think it's silly, wrong, or whatever, let me know in the comments. Reactions. How your character quickly responds, partially surprised. Example. The party characters stumble upon a pack of wolves who are eating a carcass that they took down an hour ago. The wolves are distracted and are gorging themselves on meat, while the party, while walking along, are looking into the trees, for they saw a giant eagle swooping low overhead. Dice were rolled, and both parties rolled a 2, both surprised. Initiative dice are rolled. The wolves get a +2 penalty for they are full of meat, and the party will roll die 10 with no penalties. Or maybe the DM will decide to give them a +1 minor penalty. If the party rolls a 10, this equals an 11, and then they cannot act in the first round. Those with dexterity bonuses from 1 to 3 can act first, but probably can't cast spells. The fighters and thieves and clerics wall off the wizards to protect them, perhaps firing bows or drawing weapons. Partial surprise also occurs when, say, barbarians and monks, classes of characters hard to surprise, are with those easy to surprise. It's very difficult to surprise a monk, especially as they go up in levels. That percentage goes down and down and down. Okay, dexterity checks. Again, that last part, I was not going to read all that, but I kept it in. This is just something that I've used in my head over the years. That's the only thing I can say about that. Dexterity checks. Whenever somebody tries something that's like acrobatics, it's dexterity with a modifier or not. A sleight of hand check with a modifier might also be a dexterity check. Someone who is sneaking around while they might not move like a thief may still move somewhat quietly at a percentage roll of dexterity or less. In other words, they don't have the training a thief has, so the chances should be very slim to none that they can move like a thief. And of course, armor modifiers can completely wipe out that type of movement. We know that the 5th edition, anybody can really sneak around. They just get disadvantage. Dexterity continued. Dexterity non-weapon proficiency checks are cobbling, dancing, poetry, rope use, I'll talk about that in a minute, seamanship, setting snares, tumbling, charioteering, seamstress, tailor, musical instrument, forgery, gem cutting, juggling, tightrope walking, and Boyer Fletcher. So for climbing rope, we've talked about this in my group for years and years. A lot of the people that I game with say that climbing up should be a strength roll and climbing down should be more of a dexterity roll. But we've gone back to dexterity just to call it even, say. I don't know. Climbing rope is actually strength check, usually at +1. Thieves may automatically climb without failing their climb or even making any rolls. The exception to this is if the rope were over 50 feet in length. Okay, so again, we've gone back to dexterity. You can nix that strength check or whatever. And as far as thieves go, yes, they should be able to climb trees and ropes without penalty, depending on the size or length of the rope or tree, or if the rope or tree happens to be exceptionally like slippery, if it's in the wintertime, if there are other things that come into play, maybe they're being bothered by bats, birds, whatever. There should not be any checks unless something like that happens. And let's see. Yeah, I have nothing to say about dexterity's modifiers on thieving seals. The system works fine. Just one thing about thieves and their dexterity. Unless you're playing a thief that has probably a 17 or 18 dexterity, they should probably be a fighter thief. You're not going to be very good at thieving. It's going to disappoint you in the long run because you need those extra modifiers to help you succeed, especially early on. You're going to be really unhappy with some of your checks. The DM rolls that for you with percentile dice, and it's difficult to accomplish anything, especially the first few levels. After that, you start seeing light at the end of the tunnel. But except for climbing, it's really difficult to succeed. It's tough. All right, have a great day. Thank you very much.